Anime fans don't understand demographics.
This is not a hot take. This is literally a fact. There are a lot of anime fans that don't know the difference between demographic and a genre, leading to some of the most frustrating debates this community has ever seen. So I'm gonna do what I do best and take you weebs to school. Sorry I'm late. Class, everyone sit down and take your seats because today we're gonna learn the difference between genres and demographics. Get ready, weebs. Yeah, what's up? Weebs is an offensive term. I prefer otaku. Shut the fuck up and play the damn title sequence. Okay, first, let's define demographics. Demographics are statistical data relating to the population and particular groups within it. It's a group of people with similarities where you can pull data from, so like boys and girls.
Oh, okay.
And when it comes to anime, there are 4 major demographics when it comes to categorizing anime. Shonen for young boys, shojo for young girls, seinen for adult men, and josei for adult women.
Most anime start off as manga, and these manga are published in magazines. Each magazine falls mostly into one of these 4 demographics, meaning the magazine publishers have the target audience they tend to reach in order to make as much money as possible.
This doesn't mean they only want a certain demographic to read or watch their stuff. This just means they know their audience. Now, genres are categories of artistic composition, characterized by the categories like action, fantasy, romance, etc., etc., etc. are genres.
Oh, you should have just said that.
When it comes to anime, we still have the standard genres as any other medium, but genres like isekai, mecha, yaoi, yuri, shonen ai, and ecchi tend to be exclusive to anime.
Okay, all of this seems pretty easy to understand. What exactly is the problem with the community?
The problem is how the community uses and defines these terms is completely incorrect.
Western weebs being wrong about Japanese culture. No.
Yes! A lot of anime fans, when they use the terminology of demographics, are referring to specific genres or correlating traits of certain series. For example, when anime fans use seinen, they tend to think that the show in question is a show with much more mature themes like Berserk or Vinland Saga, not knowing that the themes of the show never/rarely determine the demographic nowadays. They do the same thing with high school romance. For some reason, anime fans tend to think that every single high school romance is a shojo, and every shojo is a high school romance. Wrong again. Just because your story is mature doesn't mean it will be a seinen anime or manga, and just because your story is a romance doesn't mean it's a shojo either. But then you're probably asking yourself, how do demographics get determined? What is the defining feature?
Are these things on? Is this on? Okay. I just want to make sure that people in the back can hear you. Okay, we're good? We're good? Okay. The only thing that determines an anime or manga's demographic is the magazine the original source material was published in.
Really?
Yes.
That seems simple.
It is. Example time. Attack on Titan, one of the most gruesome anime to come out in the modern era, is a shonen. Not a seinen, a shonen. Why? Because it was published in a shonen magazine. It having mature themes is completely irrelevant to its demographic.
The themes of gore that people think makes Attack on Titan a seinen is a genre. Gore is a genre that gives Attack on Titan its TVMA rating, not the demographic. Because guess what? Shonen can be gory too. Just look at Chainsaw Man, another shonen.
Here's another one. Kaguya-sama and Bocchi the fucking Rock are both seinen manga.
Neither one of these shows is gory in the slightest or relies heavily on mature themes. They are living proof that saying something is a seinen because it has mature themes is false.
Yona of the Dawn is an action manga and anime about a young girl trying to reclaim her kingdom. Guess what? It's a shojo!
But where did this confusion start? People just don't wake up misinformed. They have to hear these terms being used in order to come up with whatever definition they have in their head.
So I was watching this romance anime the other day, and the couple was... Don't you mean shoujo anime?
No. Well, I think the confusion comes from 2 places. The first being that Western weebs have no idea what they're talking about. Long ago, in the distant years of the 90s. Anime had just started to become a little more popular in the West to where you could at least see 5 shows on TV. We were taking what we got, okay? And with the internet on the rise, like it's described, the culture around anime in the West was growing and many Japanese terms surrounding anime were carried over. It's the reason every anime fan knows what Oni-chan or Kawaii means. Yes, it was the birth of the cringe weeb. But the internet of yesterday was not the internet of today. Misinformation was wildly abundant, and no, it was not a Google search away. So either you had to believe everything you heard or read, or deny everything and make some shit up yourself. Weebs chose to do both. So when battle action shonen was brought over on major TV networks like Toonami, the Western anime community didn't have many reliable resources to tell us that these shows were only a part of the shonen demographic, or even what the shonen demographic was. Same with shojo. The most popular shojo were romances, so when brought over, weebs put two and two together because that's all we had. These false definitions would carry over, and as anime became more and more mainstream, casual fans were not going out of their way to care that much, and we are now currently using these terms incorrectly. History. The second place where this confusion starts is the actual definitions of the words themselves and the cultural differences between Japan and most Western countries. If you Google the definition of shonen, you see that the target demographic is boys typically in their teenage years. Yeah. The West would never market shows like Attack on Titan or Chainsaw Man to teenage boys. If the shows came out in the West, we would make them for adults and they would be seinen.
But you have to remember the cultural differences. In Japan, media like Attack on Titan is completely fine to be a shonen. They don't have the same restrictions on media as we do. And newsflash, anime and manga come from Japan. Well, mostly, but that was last video.
And you also have to think of the audience themselves. The same people who read Naruto and Jump are the same people reading Jump today, and the publishers know that. The fans themselves have matured and grown up with the magazine, allowing them to get away with much more mature stories without having to switch demographics. You can even take it a step further. Fans have matured with their taste and variety. You naturally watch more stuff as you get older, and not only do you change, but so does the world around you as well. Not every girl today wants a complete romance story or another magical adventure. That's where action shoujo comes in, and we are starting to see a lot more come out in the recent years. Same with romance shonen.
You're confused again. What is it? So you're telling me that girls can like action and boys can like romance, and believing that certain genres stick to certain demographics plays into false stereotypes of gender norms that can be easily disproven by looking at the popular series of each demographic? No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Cool.
Now, I'm not saying that all the demographics are the same, nor am I saying that each demographic doesn't have certain tropes you'll find often. A shoujo romance and a shonen romance are not the same, and are typically told from different perspectives.
But what I am saying is that these demographics are not limited to their associated tropes or genres. They can be anything.
So this also means that saying you don't like a whole demographic is a very broad and bold statement that I don't think a lot of people actually understand what that means. People say they don't like shonen or shojo, but then when you ask them what they've only seen battle shonen and romance shojo. And as we know by now, or at least I hope you do, every demographic has multiple genres. So to say you don't like a whole demographic when you've only read or watched one genre is, it's weird. It's weird.
You can't seriously tell me that Horimiya and Jujutsu Kaisen are the same type of show. It is quite possible for fans to like one and not the other, and these two are both shonen.
But the real ones like both. Okay, final question. Keeping in mind that genres and demographics are different, what is the best way to address these shows?
Great question, my randomly smart student. There are many ways to address these shows. Now, most titles fall into multiple genres, but the best way is to take the main genre of any given title and plot their demographic right behind it.
So, battle shonen, battle shoujo, romance shoujo, battle josei, romance josei, battle seinen, romance seinen, and so on and so forth. Or you can just skip all of that and address the show by its genre. Just know you'll be referring to every demographic if you do that.
So be prepared for every community to come after you for your hot takes. I have learned from experience.
And you may be asking yourself, RJ, why is this important? Why did you make this video? Because, my dear weebs, otaku! Whatever. When you understand demographics and begin to pay attention to them, you start to realize that some of them, the ones geared towards women, are kind of left out of the picture when talking about anime as a whole. From new shows getting announced to shows getting second seasons, all the way to anime and manga award shows.
We made this channel not only because I wanted the community to come together, but also because I wanted someone to talk about anime with. So imagine you're a fan of a certain demographic and your fandom is struggling to stay alive simply because companies and the overall community won't promote your stuff. It seems kind of lonely to me.
And I think understanding demographics and also exploring them is the first step we as a community can take to bridge these stupid gaps that had no reason to be there in the first place. So yes, I am once again asking you to watch more anime. Shocker. But if you're not gonna do it because I asked, do it for the little guy.
Do it for that underrated gem that captured your heart and deserves all the attention in the world. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you watched this far, then comment your favorite series from all 4 demographics, and also join that Discord server to chat further. I decided to finally do this rant because I find myself in this demographics debate online a lot. Make sure to follow us on Twitch and Twitter, we're up there often, and a special thanks to the Patreons who got to watch this video early. As always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I'm RJ Lane, and this has been On the Rise.